All right, let's do it, y'all. Moon in Cancer, Sun in Aries. The moon is making an exact 90-degree angle to the sun in Aries. It has begun. I'm going to follow up tomorrow with the moon in Leo magic moon message so we get an extra day. But this is it, y'all. This is it. Everything that has activated for these respective cycles represent the seeds you planted in the ground a week ago. Bye. With the new moon in Aries, adding more conviction to the authenticity of your actions. As far as how we express this, as far as how we integrate what is activated, that's July moving forward. All right. We're going to begin to integrate this transit now. But as far as like further development, we're not even close to there yet. That's in a few months. Now you still want to be aware of what specifically has activated. That's what the moon in Gemini gave you an intellectual understanding of. And now the moon in Cancer, 90 degrees at 25, potency of mastery, right before we enter Taurus, is the seeds you planted growing through the ground. So moon in Cancer, moon in Leo, moon in Virgo, sun in Taurus, moon in Libra, sun in Taurus, is all integration. Then we're going to have the full moon in Scorpio. We begin to harvest over that next week up until moon in Aquarius. We're 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 getting ready for our first Pluto square. So everything that has been activated since December of 2023, you're about to get an idea of how serious and intense this is about to be. So everything is still heating up. You have a lot of people in every area of conflict calling and predicting shit. I've made a few predictions myself, but I'm not necessarily and they're right. You know, it's your boy. I don't miss. Shout out to Candace. She don't miss either. Mid-Heaven podcast. But like, you know, I'm not really attached to them. I'm okay to adapt versus certain people who are riding on their hopes for certain sides to win, like Iran or Israel, just for example, and we are still only just getting started. I know this pertains to hip hop beef, but it also pertains to everything. Rick Ross said it best: we're just in the first quarter. Enjoy the show. That applies to every event that is occurring this year outside of music, outside of entertainment. If you understand that, you're going to be prepared to adapt because there is so much more unexpected phenomena that's going to change. This whole year is going to change the way you look at everything relative to the past decade. So this moon in Cancer, okay, is taking the activation of this eclipse and destiny point, the new moon, the new direction. You are activating the power, new moon Aries, of where over the rest of the year you're developing yourself. Moon in Taurus be helped you understand the value of this. Moon in Gemini now helped you understand what this is. Moon in Cancer is having you feel the energy signature. So integration from 90 to 180 degrees is going to break through the ground of the soil what you have been activating. That means, what did we just activate? New moon in Pisces, trust the magic of new beginnings, led to us now activating new power. This power you've activated, you are going to begin to get a feel of who you are. Now that you've activated an initial sense of who you are moving forward, as we do every year, now this is where the seeds grow through the ground and you start to gain sincere substance. Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, we're superficial. We're literally surface level. Once you start to get, like, Taurus is grounded with substance, but it's still material. Once you start to get to Cancer, we start to dive deeper within the ocean. We start to see how much depth an individual has. And this is where your identity is I am him or I am her, but Cancer represents your surname. What is your family name? This is the second aspect of individuality. There's who you are, and there's where you're from. There's your family. Whether that's a nuclear family, whether that's like a family of spirits, there is this place of comfort that allows you to gain depth into understanding who you are more. And with this understanding and feel, we can now integrate how we grow this activated power. This is significant because with Pluto and Aquarius, the nature of the power you're activating in over 248 years since the last time Pluto was in Aquarius, and there are revolutions all around the world, is supernatural. Everyone has been hit with this collective frequency. The way you are activating it is determining your character. You can decide to see coincidences and just say that's all they are. These synchronicities are just coincidences. That's your decision. You can decide to look into it super delusionally and start moving outside of logic. That's your decision. You could decide to balance it, create your own system and network, balancing the subjective and the objective. That's your own decision. That's going to influence what it is you harvest. And that's where we're once again reinforcing the planets in astrology do not make you do what you're going to do. It's like weather. When it rains outside, it influences if you're going to go out with a coat or if you're just going to raw dog it and get wet. But the rain itself does not make you break up with your girlfriend. Oh, it was raining, so I broke up. Oh, it was Mercury retrograde, so I broke up. No, the planet transits are going to represent weather patterns, space meteorology. So the rain doesn't really make me do what I do, but it heavily influences how I do it. That's the same with astrology. Mercury retrograde is not going to change aspects of your life, but relative to this reevaluation of how you are identifying yourself and thinking, it's going to influence heavily how it is you're moving forward. All right. And you can be an astrology denialist. The sun is going to set and rise every day. So it doesn't matter if you believe in it or not. You don't ever say, for anyone who ever says, I don't believe in astrology, ask them, do you know Spanish? Ask them, do you know Swahili? They're going to say, I don't know how to speak that. And to ask them, how come you didn't say, I don't believe in Swahili. I don't believe in Spanish. Because you don't believe in these languages. You either speak it or you don't. And a lot of people do not speak this language. And they listen to people who don't study it and act like they don't fucking know. They don't know their moon sign. They don't speak the language. So you tell them, oh, you just don't know the language then. It's not that you don't believe it or not. You don't believe that the sun rises every day and night. You see it. Okay. So I just wanted to get that shit out the bud. There's a lot of people still talking like they know, but they've never picked up a natal chart a day in their life. Like someone who doesn't believe in chemistry, but they've never read a periodic table a day in their life. All right. So just like I am holding myself accountable to integrity and practicing what I preach every day and having to show up in order to, in authenticity, continue to do what I do. I don't have to worry about people challenging me or trying to debunk me because I'm with the smoke. We're not going to argue. We're not going to talk about, I'm going to read your chart and you're going to lie to people and tell people it wasn't the best reading ever. And I will murk you live on camera just with the reading. That's what it's about now. We are demonstrating the truth. It is what it is. I stand on that. I'm not afraid. I did the work, just like you did the work. And so you're getting ready to understand the substance of it. There's new depth because you've evolved. The moon is going to sextile Jupiter and Uranus. So this expansion and evolved quality of how unconventionally you can harness energy, auto-nervous to you, so you're not going to be fully conscious of what your body is doing, is going to strengthen how much more powerfully you can feel into your energy signature. Every soul vibrates at a soul wavelength. And when you connect with people who align with your frequency, you create melodies and harmonies. Then you will connect with people whose frequency clashes with your frequency. It creates a lot of noise. So we don't have to look at each other as enemies. Some people just vibrate at a different frequency, and this creates disconcordance. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. There's principalities, fallen angels, spiritual rulers of wickedness in dark and high places. And it's nothing for these extra dimensional entities to possess a physical soul, a soul with a physical body who has opened up room and space for them by not working on their shadow. The spirituality shit is not gumdrops or roses. You must hold yourself, like myself, to spiritual hygiene and put on the armor of God, so you're not susceptible to the wiles of the devil, to the evils of this world. You're in this world, not of this world. Okay. So with that being said, really enjoy what will continue to unlock for you, because you have just barely begun to open the page of this next chapter of growth that we're going to officially do next month. And the moon in Cancer, as we close the transit, is not only going to deepen your sincere psychic understanding of latent facets of your own self that you're going to be able to dive deeper into. All right. If the moon in Taurus helped you realize, hey, this is your new bag. And in this new bag is an advanced element of techniques and skills you've always had. Moon in Cancer is you dipping into that bag and you're feeling, whoa, this bag goes deep. Oh, I have more stuff in this bag I didn't even touch. So you're getting ready to integrate it. You're getting a feel for who you are. And with the moon trining Saturn, Neptune, Mars, it is having you actively understand the direction to feel, to establish the beliefs, the system of beliefs about yourself, and to practice it, to actually express it. All right. This is going to be very exciting, especially as the moon goes into Leo and we have that peak end of Leo moon, Aries moon, sun. It's going to get very dramatic. So this is where the water is going to be simmering and bubbling up before all hell breaks loose, or before it gets a lot more fun, dramatic and chaotic, but fun, hopefully. All right. That being said, you want the moon in Cancer to challenge your awareness of who you are by challenging you to step deeper into yourself and not get stuck on the superficial, not get stuck on your ego. It's okay to take an L or two if you have to, or to make it look like you have, in order to really position and restructure right. So any integrity checks, any kind of disalignment of your authenticity versus sincerity is going to be brought up, so that you are sincerely expressing the authentic nature of how you feel and not just sharing what you feel other people need to hear, so you dodge an unpopular opinion. Okay. That being said, very, very potent, powerful mechanics happening right now. And given that the seeds are breaking through the ground, this is going to give you a psychic understanding of how to begin to master these new powers. Full mastery of which will begin to be attained September. So we still have to go through a whole integration arc. July, August, and September. I know my shit, boy, I know my shit. I know the math. Okay, so this is definitely going to reflect in how much deeper you will feel. And basically, the past week was you creating this vase that represents who you are. It's an updated vase. You added more features to it. It's sparkling. Now you're pouring the water into that vase and you're filling yourself up, pause, with more substance in order to account for how much you've grown. Why? Because last year the vase you made was short. Now this is a much bigger vase, okay, compared to 12 years worth of evolution. And you want to really take the time to contemplate your emotions and feel from the deepest place you can. Now that you are aware of who you're becoming and what you are, where is that from? Where are your roots? Where do you rest your comfort in being yourself? And that's going to bring up uncomfort. This is going to lead into the 1 to 2 degree opposition of the moon in Leo to the moon in Aqua. That's going to be fucking intense. So be prepared. Something is about to blow up, guys. Like, I'm just calling it right now. Be very prepared. This is like a calm before a storm in every area of life. And this is going to challenge you to maintain that authenticity in the face of extreme pressure. But you're not a bitch. You got this. You stay blessed as always. And until next time, peace. Last thing I want to say, though, with the moon that will try Neptune, be prepared for profound revelations of deeper facets of yourself. You will begin to integrate into who you believe you are, because, well, now you're expressing a deeper element of skills, abilities, and literally supernatural powers that you're going to finally begin to put a name to and understand on so much of a deeper level. Let me remind you, you are powerful. You need nothing outside of yourself. You're connected with everything. There is an entire universe within you. But of course, the kingdom of heaven is within you. Peace!